Hello guys, I'm going to show you how to do the extrusion in 3D Max using Pull-on-It plugin. This is my set. Death Tyrant traveling across the tunnel, and I want it to destroy everything in its way. So I have to destroy those cubes here because the model is hitting them, and also the tunnel itself because the model is pushing the side wall when traveling across the tunnel, so I have to create a long crack on it, and also those cubes on the left side. So let's start by setting a fixed camera to work at this, and also set a standard viewport mode to see the geometry clearly. And I'm going to start by destroying those cubes when being hit by the model. Okay, create fragments, but we have to start by adding colliders to the scene. So I have to add the ground as a static object in Pull-on-It rigid bodies, and also set this arc here because eventually fragments can collide with it. So set it as static in dynamics, and also the tunnel itself, set it as static. And we have also to add our animated model, the Death Tyrant. This is animated, but when we are going to add it as a convex object in dynamics, because it has a very dense mesh of vertices, and we don't need it for, I'm going to show you, it is very dense mesh. I don't need those details for dynamics, I just need his overall shape, so I'm going to set it as convex. Pull-on-It is warning me the model has more than 100 key faces. Okay, I want to use it. And Pull-on-It has created the convex shapes for dynamics. So we are done. We have all the rigid bodies we need for dynamics, and we are going to start shattering those cubes using shatter tool. Select uniform shatter style and shatter them in several fragments. You can see the fragments are there, but I want more fragments in the area of impact with the model. So this is very easy with Pull-on-It. Just select the fragment you want to shatter, increase the number of fragments to 200 in this case, and you can see the cloud of points has been created, and we can modify, adjust it to be closest to the model. Do the same with the second cube. Select the fragment we want to reshatter and adjust the cloud of points if necessary, and do the same with the final cube. Select the fragments, adjust the cloud of points to create more debris in the area we want, and click on shatter. So we have our cubes nicely shattered, and we have now to create fracture bodies for them. For this, open PDI basic fracture window, select the first fragment in the first cube, click on create fracture body. This is our selection of fragments, click on OK, and our fracture body has been created. Do the same with the second cube. You can see that orange, that means the fracture body has been created, and do the same with the last cube. So now we have all our cubes are fracture bodies, and we are going to set some dynamics parameter for them. Set them as static because we don't want them to move, just breaking, and also reduce clusterized parameter to make them less brittle, just to make them breaking on collision with the on impact with the animated model. I think that's all for fracture bodies. Let's go to simulation option, because the extrusion start at frame around 110. So I'm going to modify start frame to start later than animation to speed up testing and tweaking result. So start computing dynamics. You can see the Death Tyrant is colliding and breaking nicely the cubes. Let's the simulation finish. Okay, and check the result. Nice. They react to the impact and fragments flying away. So I'm happy with the result. I'm going to bake keys for the objects. Just select. You have just to select one fragment in each cube and click on Reset Keep Selected. In this way, Pullonit is going to keep all animation keys for the cubes. It warned me the PDA data is going to be deleted. Okay, so now there are only keys in the scene, animation keys, and we have our cubes nicely broken when colliding with our animated model. So great, let's go now to destroy the tunnel itself. I'm going to create a long crack over the side of the tunnel. For this, let's start by selecting the tunnel and the animated model, and let's isolate them to get a clean view to work on the extrusion. This is the tunnel I want to destroy, and I have to shade it in the areas of impact with the Death Tyrant, first on the right side, then creating a long crack over the left side. Let's remove the rigid body because we don't need it anymore, and in this way I can see clearly the model. And also let's tar the model transparent because I need to see the model, the animated model from outside. So let's start the model transparent, and now by rotating the camera I can see the animated model from outside. So the animated model is starting to touch the tunnel around frame 60, then pushing it until more or less frame 80. This is not very important, just a reference, the area I need to shader. So let's use path-based shader to create our long crack on the surface. For this, let's use a 3D Max freehand spline. Let's set a freehand spline and constrain it to the tunnel model, and now start drawing our path. It is not very important its shapes, just as covering the area we want to shader. And here we are, this is a path. Now let's shader the tunnel model. First do a basic uniform shatter of around 200 fragments because the tunnel is very large. Okay, and now select our path and set path-based shader style. Select our path as a reference, click on draft mode, and we have to select any of the fragments of the tunnel. So now you can see a cloud of points that increase it to around 400 fragments. And you can see the base, the reference for the spanning of this cloud is our freehand spline. So let's spread the points a little out of the spline, and nice, we have our tunnel shattered with small fragments in the area of collision with the animated model. We are done with shattering this side. It left to shatter the other side when the model is impacting it. This is much easier. Just select the fragment we want to reshatter, select local shatter style. Let's check it with draft mode. Reduce the fragment around 200 because really we don't need so many fragments for this spot. Adjust the area, okay, the extent of the area, more or less covering the size, the volume of the impact model, and click on shatter it. Here we have our two areas of shattering for the tunnel model. Great, now let's go to create a fracture body for it. Go back to complete view and check the shattering, and let's create a fracture body. For this, select any of the fragment of the tunnel, open PDI basic fractures, and click on create fracture body. This is our selection of fragments for the fracture body. We can select different the name and attach options, but notice the tunnel is hollow, it's a hollow model, so we cannot set convex shapes for fragment. So make sure you uncheck in this case forced convex and click on OK. And now, nice, we have our fracture body created for the tunnel, and let's set some fractures parameter, but I think everything is okay. Static only breaks. So let's adjust the start frame, because now we have to start the simulation at the same frame that animation. So set the start frame to 0, and let simulate the scene. Check our ground is there, just in case, and let simulate the scene. Great, our tunnel, you can see, is breaking, but let's stop this. The fragments start to detach in advance, not when colliding with our animated model. We have I forgot to make a modification in the fracture body, so let's do it now. To make the fragment detaching only on collision with the animated model. For this, go to the fracture body, and here in propagation scheme, it is set to continuous, change it to local, and I think we don't need any more. So let's compute again with this modification. Okay, great. Now the fragments, let's finish the simulation, and our cubes are still breaking because the simulation is baked. So let's check the result. Looks good to me. Okay, the fragment detaching on impact with the Death Tyrant and creating a long crack over the left side as I wanted. Okay, it's good, but I think the fragments detach too violently and too many of them are detaching, so let's adjust the extrusion to make it look better. Let's start by adjusting the strength of the impact with the animated model. For this, select our Death Tyrant, both the jaw and the head, and open PDI basic fractures. Here there is a parameter, and in a speed multiplier it is set to 1 by default, but let's set it to the lowest value, 0, to make the strength of the impact as small as possible to check. In any case, we can increase it later. So let's start by setting it to the lowest value, and play the simulation again and check the result. Okay, looks better to me. Let finish it and check the destruction of the tunnel. So it is colliding the animated model and destroying the tunnel, but now the impact is smoother. You can see the amount of fragment detached is less, and it's more looks nicer to me. Still, there are some fragments detaching, two large fragments detaching in the tunnel, and I want those fragments to stand, not to move. So let's go to fix individual fragments to prevent them from moving at all. For this, we are going to use advanced fractures of PDI and just select the fragment we don't want to move at all and set them as static fragments. Let's select this one because it is very large as well, and also this one on the right side, but let's first to set it as static, and those blue fragments are those which we have selected not to move, and let's simulate again, and now you can see there is a large fragment here also. I forgot to select to not to move. Let's select it now and add it as a static fragment in dynamics. It's difficult to select it because the Tyrant is in front of it, but here we are. Select the fragment and prevent it from moving, and let's simulate again the scene. Okay, great, nicer to me. Now we get a hole on the right side and a long crack on the left side. Let's check the simulation. Nice, and still the cubes are being destroyed on impact with the Death Tyrant. So looks great to me, looks good. Let's bake the simulation for the tunnel by clicking again on Receipt Keep selected and play the simulation. Now there are only animation keys on the scene. Good. Now it left just to we have the animation, and we have just to improve the look of our fragments. Let's start by replacing our cut material for another one more realistic. For this, select any of the fragments and open the material editor in 3D Max. This is our cut material, and you can replace it for whatever material you like, but for this tutorial we are going just to modify its color for a more stone-like color. Okay, now they looks more like stone fragments, and now let's add jaggedness to them. For this, open PDI jaggedness window, and we are going to add jaggedness to the whole scene. Okay, it warned me that I'm going to add jaggedness to everything. To do it faster, you can add jaggedness to going from one object to other, but we are going to add jaggedness to everything. And let's check the result. Nice. Now the fragments look more realistic, rough. Okay, so very nice, good. We can adjust, even if we have applied jaggedness to everything, we can adjust specific fragments. For example, this area in the tunnel, it is too rough for me, so let's reduce jaggedness look for those fragments here. You can see they get smoother, but still a little rough. Okay, and the scenes looks good to me. So let's play the final result with all in high quality and with the motion camera of the video. Let's play our final result with destroying the scenery in this awesome set. And this is it. Thank you for watching. Bye.